Good afternoon, everybody. On today's show, we are going to be talking about a common ideology here in the United States called the American Dream. The American Dream can best be defined as the belief that the good life is attainable for all those who come to these shores, sacrifice for their children, and live by the rules of the culture, and that life will be more prosperous, free, secure, and meaningful for each succeeding generation.
So what do you think it takes to achieve the American Dream?
I think it's just you work hard and you get lucky. You have opportunities and you take those opportunities and turn it into what you want. But certain people have better opportunities than other people. So
I think it's constantly changing, and I think what it takes to achieve the American Dream right now in the U.S. isn't exactly how it should be. I think we as a society make it a lot harder on people who aren't from here and don't have the same values as in the 1800s. Makes it really hard. Yeah, I'll just go with that.
Well, it all starts with where you're born. I mean, you can figure out statistical success based on your zip code. So that's definitely a huge factor, is where you're born, where your parents are from, and what they do. But also, a lot of people have been able to make their own way through a lot of hard work or luck. And to me, luck is just where preparation meets opportunity. So, if you work hard and if you know the right people, then you can get far. But some people do that. Hey, Malik, some people can do that and then still not make it.
Hardworking. You have to be determined. I think you have to have a lot of resilience. You can't give up.
I always say, you have to be the first person to believe in yourself. You have to know that, you're the best person, for the job. I think, getting an education, too. I think that's where Tennessee stands out, is because we have our community college free, program, or Tennessee Promise program. I think that's really great.
Education's definitely, the key to success.
Yeah, for sure.
There's different routes that you can take, and one is when hard work meets opportunities, or when you're lucky and you have been working hard, and so that luck matches up. So that's one way, and another one is through privilege.
Okay, do you want to elaborate on that some?
Obviously they might still have to work harder, but not work as hard to be in the same position as other people. They have more resources available to them.
I think it takes some resilience and a lot of hard work, and I think you have to define success for yourself.
Ambition. I think ambition is definitely the number one thing. The time it takes to commit to what you really want to do, to put yourself above the next person, because it's for example, in the sports field, I know it takes a whole lot of networking, it takes a lot of experience and things you may not want to do at the moment, or just putting yourself out there where else people are afraid to make opportunities out of small things. A lot of people wait for a golden opportunity, but you have to make opportunities out of small things. You have to put yourself out there.
It takes hard work, connections. That's what they don't teach you before you come to college, that to be successful in America, you have to know people. So
The American Dream ideology is representative of what sociologists call social mobility. Social mobility is the movement of individuals, families, or groups through a system of social hierarchy or stratification. We decided to analyze the perceptions of the American Dream on a college campus. Originally, we wanted to find out if college students thought that social mobility was obtainable or accessible for all. However, our interviewees' responses led us back to our first week of class and the book that we read called Privilege by Seamus Khan.
Do you think everyone has the same opportunities to achieve success?
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not.
Oh, God, no.
Definitely no. No.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Khan describes a shift from the old elite to the new elite as a system of elitism to a system of meritocracy. The old elite were blatantly exclusive to outsiders and took pride in having their own music, museums, neighborhoods, and etc. But as the shift to the meritocracy took place, the face of the new elite has completely changed. Under a meritocracy system, intelligence and utility determine societal worth. Due to privilege and the old elite having a head start, they are more prone to success within a meritocratic system.
Did you guys have access to college readiness programs? What's that? Like PSAT courses or tutoring or anything like that?
I did have tutoring for ACT.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to a magnet school in high school, so they were very much prepared you for college. It's like if you didn't, college was the only option after graduation is how they put it. So yeah, they were very preparing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like PSAT courses and things?
I took like an extra SAT class, like off campus. My parents paid for that. Yeah.
Kahn notes that in the past, when he attended the school, students believed they were at such a prestigious institution because they were inherently deserving of such a worthy opportunity due to their family name, wealth, and social status or societal status. Now, students believe that they are at St. Paul's because of their talent and hard work.
You work hard and you get lucky.
Hard work or luck.
Hard work meets opportunities. Or like when you're lucky.
Work hard.
Hardworking.
Hard work.
And personal accomplishments, not their family name or their family's position in society. Somehow, as universities and schools and public spaces have become more open, they have also become more closed off. Kahn refers to this as a paradox.
So what do you think like the demographic of UT looks like? Is it diverse?
No. I was on the Panhellenic exec board, and the most astounding thing that I heard that whole time was that the entire Panhellenic community at UT is a larger population than the non-white population at UT. And I've grown to feel so small in this community. I feel like I know people in every sorority and different things like that, but that's not the case. And I don't know, it's crazy to me that that's how the demographics are here.
No, we have 6%. I actually looked into it. It's like 6% African American, like 2% Hispanic, and then the rest is here. Is it like it's 4?
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake. Okay, yeah, 2%.
I mean, I feel like maybe sometimes there's a misconception that diversity necessarily has to be like a specific thing. Let's say like ethnic diversity, because like ultimately we are all humans and we all have our own agency, and so I feel like in that way, as long as people are choosing to be autonomous and not really just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but we can be diverse by just being different people is the point, having different ideas and perspectives and sharing them. However, if you're talking about like ethnic diversity, man, there could be more ethnic diversity, but also I think a lot of people that go here are from around here, and East Tennessee doesn't really have all that much ethnic diversity to begin with.
A lot of white people. I'm from Houston, so it's not as diverse as, I mean, it's like pretty diverse. It's a melting pot. My high school, I want to say it was like half white people, half minorities, but it probably wasn't. That's what it seemed like. It's weird coming here because there's not a lot of like Middle Eastern people compared to where I'm from. So, and like I got to know a lot about like the Muslim community and stuff like that where I'm living. So that was really interesting. And then here it's just a lot of white people.
No. And I'm gonna be honest, no, we are not. I saw a diagram one day that basically said that the black population only makes up one portion of the stadium, and the rest are the majority, which is white kids. And then you have to think we have a group of Middle Eastern right there, and that population is even smaller. So it's majority white. So.
My honest opinion, there are not too many of us here, But I mean, it's okay. I see a lot of Caucasian people. I don't really see a lot of black people, but when I do, they're like all together, so I feel like we're all just kind of with each other all the time. I don't feel like we're not all, I guess, I just don't see many of us interacting with each other, I guess. I don't know.
After viewing the interviews, we would like to open up the floor for discussion. But first, we want to leave you with this clip.
It is a terrible thing for an entire people to surrender to the notion that 1/9 of its population is beneath them. And until that moment, until the moment comes when we, the American people, are able to accept the fact that I have to accept, for example, that my ancestors are both white and black, that on that continent we are trying to forge a new identity for which we need each other, and that I am not a ward of America. I am not an object of missionary charity. I am one of the people who built the country. Until this moment, there is scarcely any hope for the American dream, because the people who are denied participation in it, by their very presence, will wreck it. And if that happens, it's a very grave moment for the West. Thank you.